Says we're live. Okay, so the question was, do we need to do correlation coefficient for the speed limit, right? And I said yes, if you have two variables. Now, speed is one variable. What's your other variable? There's not one, is there? So we don't. Do we really need to do correlation coefficient? I mean, maybe you could do it by age. Maybe old people can drive faster than young people, or vice versa, right? But are you going to stop the cars and say, hey, how old are you? Do you know you were speeding? You don't want to be at risk impersonating a police officer, so I probably wouldn't do that.
I have a speed gun. I use that.
You have a speed gun? Oh, really? Wow. Yeah.
I don't know if it's legal to have it, but I do.
Why would it be illegal?
Because I don't think it would be good for civilians to go out checking people's speeds.
Why do most people get speed guns?
Check out.
Yeah, I'd say for baseball.
For baseball, right? It's not illegal
Well,
to
I mean,
see how fast somebody's throwing a
No,
ball.
but I think because it has a thing to put into like the cigarette thing in your car.
Yeah.
To try to use the power for it.
Yeah, you
So I
usually
think it
don't
used
use
to
that in a
be
baseball
I think it
game.
used to be a police speed gun. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think owning a speed gun is illegal. So, but if you want to use it, go ahead. I don't care. Well, I was just gonna. It's probably more accurate than the stupid one on this that you see on the speed limit signs. So at any rate, yeah. So it's a good question, but if you're going to do correlation, you got to have two variables, and we've only got one, right? So you'd have to come up with, age, or I don't know what else you'd come up with. Shoe size, maybe. You think shoe size would have anything? Maybe big people have a lead foot and they drive faster. Is that it? Okay. All right. So, but we can do a correlation coefficient if you want to, but we got to have two, and when I say two variables, they've both got to be quantitative or categorical? Quantitative. So we need two quantitative variables. Okay. So do you have any data that you think would be quantitative? Plus, you should also think that there must be a reason why they're related, right? We don't want to think about people who get tangled in their bed sheets in Nicolas Cage films, right? Because why would those be related? I don't know. If you watch a Nicolas Cage film and you get tangled up in your bed sheets, because I don't know why. Okay? You're a weird person if that happens to you. I'm sorry. But anyway, so it's hard for me to think of data, so I usually do random numbers. But can you think of any data that we could use? See, I'd love to do something like age and grade, but then that would be a HIPAA violation. I can't ask you your grades. Can't post your grades. Well, I could if you all wanted to participate in the study and say, yeah, I don't mind my grade being posted.
Yeah, let's do it.
But it would have to be unanimous.
Sure.
Do you guys want to? Is it unanimous? Who wants to do their grade and their age? Okay. Who does not want to do that? So it's not unanimous. Okay. I was afraid of that. Okay. So do you want to just do random numbers? Okay. So if we do random numbers, this is my X data, my Y data. Whoops. Y, X and 7 data. So what do we want our random numbers to be between on the X? Ran between, pick a number, any number, Maria.
25.
25, pick a number, any number, Carson, greater than 25.
Greater than 25?
Yeah.
26.
That's a terrible. You want to be just, okay, 26. What do you think this is? The Price is Right? All right.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be interesting. Okay. Colton, pick a number, any number.
8.
8? 8. And pick a number, Sabrina, any number greater than 8.
12.
12. You guys are horrible.
Yeah.
Make these a big
You do
spread. We're going to find out if these numbers are, these might be correlated because you guys are really bad random number pickers, okay? They might be, we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna copy these and paste special. Values. Okay, so I got a bunch of numbers here that may or may not be correlated. There might be a stronger correlation than we thought, because I thought you'd go 25 to 100 and 75 to 430. Anyway, so how do you do this? What's the formula? R equals,
I don't know the formula, but I know the first thing I think you do.
yeah, we don't have formula sheets today, so we're gonna test you guys. Anybody remember it?
So we knew
I remember it.
we didn't know the S values for both.
R equals the sum of,
Some of like the products of
xi minus x bar, which should be in parentheses, over the square root, no, over s sub x, and yi, in parentheses, yi minus y bar over s sub y. Okay? And I'll underline them so they look like fractions. All divided by n minus 1. This whole thing. Oops, that didn't underline. Why didn't it underline? There we go. All right, so given that formula, what's all the stuff I need to know from my numbers? We need the standard deviation.
need your means of your
We need our means of the x's and the y's. We need our n, right, or n minus 1.
need your Xi's and your Yi's.
We have the xi's and the yi's. What are the xi's and my yi's?
Those values.
My data. Okay?
Um,
So the means are, how do we find that? Equals average, and then you say, curse Bill Gates. I thought you were going to say that. I had a student one semester, he would do that every time. It was funny. Curse Bill Gates. Okay, and the standard deviation? It's DV dot S, or you don't need to put the S on there, but yeah, it works. Okay. And my n minus 1 is, if my n is it 12 or 24?
it's 12.
You sure? No?
Yes.
Yes, good. So my n minus 1 is going to be 11, right? Okay, it's the number of pairs. N is your number of pairs. Okay? So I need to figure out the standard scores of the z of the x and the standard score of the y's. Sabrina, do you remember how to do that? And I hope this is showing pretty good. I can't tell because I can't watch.
So you're gonna take like the values from X, and so you do like
So the 25,
25 minus.
I need a parenthesis though, right? Oh, I do have a parenthesis. 25 minus,
And then the mean of the X column,
which is
25.3.
25.33.
And then you have to do parentheses. I mean the F4 somewhere.
F4.
Yeah, you do that now. Yeah.
Do that now.
And
Okay.
then close your parentheses.
Close your parenthesis.
And then
divided
divide by the standard deviation, which is 0.49,
0.49.
and then also use F4.
F4 that one also. Okay. Is anybody watching my video? Is this working pretty good on the camera? Are you watching it, Jose? Does it look pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I guess I should have thought of this sooner. It feels weird sitting down to teach though. All right, so then standard deviation of y. Rachel, do you remember how to do that? Did you say? Can you help me find the standard score of y? Just have to follow this part of the formula right here. So I need the parentheses. What's yi? You don't remember? Always a good review. Buck remembers. No? Aren't you guys ready for the final? Trying to find the standard score for the y's. Jose?
So. I know you have to subtract the mean
From what?
from the one.
Sabrina knows. You started doing it, okay? You guys need to study with Sabrina. She knows what she's doing.
Which part? We're just doing
We're doing the YI.
So you took the 11?
The 11. YI just means your data, your first data point, and your second data point, and your third data point.
And
Okay.
then,
Minus
minus the mean of the y, which is
10.16, which is the mean of the YI. Y's.
F4.
F4.
Is there another way to do that without, let me see something. Mine, that's what we're trying to figure out. But I'll show you. Sorry. And then divided by the standard deviation, which is 1.19.
Okay. We need to F4 that one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can drag them down after you push them there.
We're going to drag those down. Okay. And then what, Clifton? That was like a month ago. Expect me to remember that?
Yeah.
I know, that's what
So
I didn't find
we need
that.
to get the product of all of those.
Product, thank you, Arthur. We need the product.
So if you were to instead of dividing it by s of x and s of y, you were to do the product and then divide them both, because you get the wrong answer.
You would get the wrong answer. Order matters big time on these.
I just don't know how I got this right on the exam, because I forgot.
You've forgotten everything. Okay. So what am I multiplying together?
So, for example, A2 and B2, and then A3 and B3.
Nope.
No.
Drew remembers. What am I multiplying together? What is your formula telling you you're supposed to multiply together?
You're multiplying the xi minus x bar over the
Yeah,
standard
the two
deviation
standard
of
scores,
x.
right? So I'm going to multiply this negative 6.77 times
The y1 next to it.
this one here, the 11.
No,
Standard y.
The standard, yeah, standard score of the y. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to
Drag that.
copy that down. Okay. Then what am I going to do? Maria?
Can I add them together?
Add up the sum of the products, right? I'll use my sigma button over here. Adding them up. I got negative 1.13. And then what, Carson?
I have no idea. These confuse me so much. So,
Oh, you're tripping at the finish line. You're almost there. Colton remembers.
can we repeat the question?
What's the next step? I just found the sum. So I've done the sum. of these two products right here, what's left?
Divided by n minus 1,
Divided by n minus 1.
which is 11.
N minus 1, and my n minus 1 is 11, so I'm going to take that number and divide by 11. And I got negative 0.10314. Now, there was a step that we forgot to do, right? At the very beginning? What was it?
Make a graph.
Make the graph. Which graph?
The scatter plot.
Scatter plot. How do I do that?
Highlight them.
Highlight all your data, including your column headings. Insert. Scatter. Boom. What do you think of that data?
I'm really confused.
Would you have done that if you had seen the scatter plot first? Why do you think my scatter plot looks so funky?
Because the values are really small.
Because you guys suck at coming up with random numbers. Okay? 25 to 26, come on. You gotta have a little more spread than that.
And then there's a way to check,
And 8 to 12 isn't that much better.
there's a way to check if your solution is right.
And how do you check it?
It's equals correlation coefficient, right?
Equals coral.
So cool.
Okay? And then let me ask you something. If this really was your data, would you have even tried to do a correlation coefficient on this? Yeah. But we could, but yeah, it's a dumb idea. Okay? And then what?
So like the first row.
Select the X data, comma,
And your Y data.
the Y data. Got the same answer. Does this make you feel like you're as smart as a computer?
I just-
Maria, does it make you feel smart
In a way.
in a way? All right, any other questions you guys want recorded on camera? Yes?
Just real quick, can you do the line of regression, like not calculate it out, but just bring it up on
On my scatter plot?
the, I don't know.
Would regression be a good idea?
No.
No, I could do it because, you know, the computer will do anything you do, even if it's on dumb data. How do you do that? Drew remembers.
Maybe right click the data.
Right click on one of the dots.
And then probably go to add a trend line, right?
Add the trend line. Very good. Okay. Anything else we want to do? Are we doing the cheater method? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Okay, how can I get the equation?
Scroll all the way down.
Scroll all the way down, display the equation, and you might want to do the R squared while you're at it. And then move it in a good place so you can see it. So what do you think? If this was our real data, would this be a very good model?
Looks good to me.
Looks good to you?
It says it accounts for like 1%.
It counts for 1% of the variation.
Yeah.
So that's good, right? Oh, that's terrible. Okay. Of course, you wouldn't have expected random numbers to be very correlated, but you wouldn't have expected them to look that bad, would you? Okay. All right. And of course, you'll properly label your graph, right? Okay. Anything else? Yes, Arthur?
Is it possible to go over some of the parts of the online or the last like computer exam? Like maybe just like one question or like.
I won't do that on camera, but if you want to do that, we can. So, All right, well, I didn't think we'd take up the whole class with the quiz and everything. We've still got 20 minutes left. So I will turn off the video. If I remember how.